Aster buds.
Hey Aster buds! Have you ever wondered why it rains? Or why the wind blows? What about those big, fluffy clouds in the sky? Today, we're going to explore all the amazing words that describe the weather around us. Get ready for a fun learning adventure. Seasons. Seasons are different periods of the year marked by changes in temperature, weather patterns, and daylight hours. They are caused by the Earth's tilt and orbit around the Sun. Spring. Spring is the season of new growth, blooming flowers, and warmer temperatures. Days become longer, and animals come out of hibernation. Summer. Summer is the hottest season, with long days and short nights. It is a time for outdoor activities, vacations, and abundant sunshine. Autumn, also known as fall. Autumn is known for cooler temperatures and falling leaves. Many animals prepare for winter, and crops are harvested during this season. Winter. Winter is the coldest season, often bringing snow, ice, and freezing temperatures. Days are shorter, and many animals hibernate to conserve energy. Wet season. The wet season, also called the rainy season, is characterized by frequent and heavy rain. It helps replenish water sources and supports plant growth. Dry season. The dry season has little to no rainfall, leading to hot and arid conditions. It is common in tropical regions and can cause droughts. Monsoon. The monsoon season is marked by heavy rainfall, high humidity, and strong winds. It is essential for agriculture but can also cause floods. Equinox. An equinox occurs twice a year when day and night are nearly equal in length. It marks the transition between winter and summer or summer and winter. Solstice. A solstice happens twice a year and marks the longest or shortest day. The summer solstice has the most daylight, while the winter solstice has the least. Precipitation. Precipitation is any form of water, liquid or solid, that falls from the atmosphere to the Earth's surface. It includes rain, snow, sleet, and hail, depending on temperature and weather conditions. Rain. Rain consists of liquid water droplets that fall from clouds when they become heavy. It is the most common form of precipitation and is essential for plant growth and freshwater sources. Drizzle. Drizzle is light rain with very small droplets that fall slowly and continuously. It often creates a misty effect and usually does not accumulate much on the ground. Showers. Showers are brief periods of rain that start and stop suddenly. They are often scattered and can be heavy but usually last for a short duration. Thunderstorm. A thunderstorm is a storm with rain, thunder, lightning, and sometimes strong winds or hail. It forms when warm, moist air rises rapidly and cools, creating storm clouds. Snow. Snow consists of ice crystals that form in cold clouds and fall to the ground as soft, white flakes. It accumulates to create a wintry landscape and varies in texture and density. Snowflakes. Snowflakes are unique, six-sided ice crystals that form in clouds. No two snowflakes are identical, and their intricate patterns depend on temperature and humidity. Snowdrift. A snowdrift is a pile of snow shaped by the wind. It can create deep banks along roads and buildings, sometimes making movement difficult. Snowstorm. A snowstorm is a heavy snowfall event that reduces visibility and can last for hours. It can disrupt transportation and daily activities, especially in colder regions. Hail. Hail is solid ice that forms in strong thunderstorms when updrafts lift water droplets into freezing layers of the atmosphere. Hailstones can range from small pellets to large chunks that cause damage. Sleet. Sleet consists of small ice pellets that form when raindrops freeze before reaching the ground. It can make roads slippery and is different from snow and hail. Flurries. Flurries are light snow showers that fall intermittently with little to no accumulation. They usually occur in cold weather and are brief. Blizzard. A blizzard is a severe snowstorm with strong winds, over 35 miles per hour, and reduced visibility for several hours. It can be dangerous due to drifting snow and extreme cold. Ice storm. An ice storm occurs when freezing rain coats surfaces like roads, trees, and power lines with a layer of ice. It can cause dangerous conditions and widespread power outages. Ice pellets. Ice pellets are small, round balls of ice that bounce when they hit the ground. They form when rain passes through a cold layer and freezes before reaching the surface. Slush. Slush is a mixture of partially melted snow, ice, and water. It forms when snow starts to melt, often making roads and sidewalks wet and slippery. Frostbite, effect of extreme cold. Frostbite happens when skin and underlying tissues freeze due to extreme cold exposure. It commonly affects fingers, toes, nose, and ears, leading to numbness and possible tissue damage. Clouds. Clouds are collections of tiny water droplets or ice crystals suspended in the air. They form when warm, moist air rises, cools, and condenses around dust or other particles. Clouds play a key role in weather patterns, bringing rain, snow, or storms depending on their type and altitude. Cirrus. Cirrus clouds are thin, wispy clouds that form high in the sky. They are made of ice crystals and often indicate fair weather, but they can also signal a change in the weather. Cumulus. Cumulus clouds are fluffy, white clouds with a cotton-like appearance. They usually indicate fair weather but can grow into larger storm clouds under the right conditions. Stratus. Stratus clouds are low, gray clouds that cover the sky like a blanket. They often bring overcast skies, drizzle, or light rain but do not produce heavy storms. Nimbostratus. Nimbostratus clouds are thick, dark gray clouds that bring steady rain or snow. They cover large areas of the sky and block sunlight, creating gloomy weather. Cumulonimbus. Cumulonimbus clouds are towering, dark clouds that produce thunderstorms. They can bring heavy rain, lightning, hail, and even tornadoes, forming when warm air rises rapidly. Altocumulus. Altocumulus clouds are mid-level clouds that appear as white or gray patches in the sky. They often look like cotton balls in groups and may indicate changing weather conditions. Altostratus. Altostratus clouds are mid-level, gray or blue-gray clouds that cover the sky like a blanket. They often precede rain or snow and create a dull, overcast appearance. Stratocumulus. Stratocumulus clouds are low, lumpy clouds that appear in patches or waves. They can be gray or white and sometimes bring light drizzle, but rarely produce heavy rain. Mammatus clouds. Mammatus clouds have pouch-like formations hanging from the base of a cloud. They are often associated with severe thunderstorms and appear before or after storms. Lenticular clouds. Lenticular clouds are lens-shaped clouds that form over mountains and hills due to strong winds. They are sometimes mistaken for UFOs because of their smooth, rounded appearance. Fog bank. A fog bank is a dense, low-lying fog that appears as a thick cloud near the ground or over water. It can reduce visibility and is common in coastal and mountainous areas. Shelf cloud. A shelf cloud is a low, wedge-shaped cloud that forms along the edge of a thunderstorm. It appears like a rolling wave and is a sign of strong winds and storms. Wall cloud. A wall cloud is a dense, rotating cloud that forms beneath a thunderstorm. It can sometimes lead to tornado formation and is a key feature in severe weather. Contrail. Contrails are thin, white streaks of cloud left behind by airplanes. They form when hot exhaust gases mix with cold air, creating ice crystals. Anvil cloud. An anvil cloud is the flat, spreading top of a thunderstorm cloud, cumulonimbus. It forms when rising air reaches the upper atmosphere and spreads outward, often signaling severe weather. Fog, low cloud. Fog is a thick cloud that forms near the ground when warm, moist air cools rapidly. It reduces visibility and can be found in valleys, cities, and near water bodies. Smog, polluted cloud. Smog is a type of air pollution that looks like thick haze. It forms when smoke, dust, and pollutants mix with fog, often seen in big cities with heavy traffic and industrial activity. Sun and sky. The sun is the star at the center of our solar system, providing light and heat to Earth. The sky appears blue during the day due to the scattering of sunlight by the atmosphere and changes color based on time and weather conditions. Sunny. A sunny day means the sky is mostly clear, with bright sunlight and little to no clouds. It is associated with warm and pleasant weather. Clear sky. A clear sky has no or very few clouds, allowing full visibility of the sun, moon, and stars at night. It usually indicates stable weather conditions. Partly cloudy. Partly cloudy weather means a mix of sun and clouds, with some cloud cover but also visible blue sky. It is common in mild weather conditions. Overcast. An overcast sky is completely covered with thick clouds, blocking sunlight. It often brings dull, gray conditions and may indicate rain or snow. Twilight. Twilight is the time between day and night when the sun is below the horizon, but the sky is still illuminated. It occurs both in the morning, before sunrise, and evening, after sunset. Dawn. Dawn is the first light of the day, occurring before sunrise. It marks the transition from night to morning as the sky begins to brighten. Sunrise. Sunrise is when the sun appears above the horizon in the morning. It signals the beginning of a new day and often brings a warm, golden glow to the sky. Sunset. Sunset is when the sun goes below the horizon, creating a beautiful display of colors like orange, pink, and purple in the sky. It marks the end of the day. Dusk. Dusk is the fading light after sunset, before nightfall. It is the period when the sky gradually darkens, transitioning from day to night. Rainbow. A rainbow is a colorful arc in the sky caused by sunlight refracting and reflecting inside raindrops. It appears after rain when sunlight shines through moisture in the air. Solar eclipse. A solar eclipse happens when the moon passes between the Earth and the sun, blocking sunlight. It can be partial, annular, or total, depending on how much of the sun is covered. Lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth casts a shadow on the moon, blocking sunlight from reaching it. This happens when the Earth is directly between the sun and the moon. Sunbeam. Sunbeams are visible rays of sunlight that pass through gaps in clouds or objects like trees. They appear when dust or moisture in the air scatters light. Sunspot. Sunspots are dark spots on the sun's surface caused by magnetic activity. They are cooler than the surrounding areas and can affect solar radiation and space weather. Sunray. Sunrays are streaks of sunlight that shine through clouds, creating a dramatic effect. They are often seen during sunrise, sunset, or when clouds partially block the sun. Halo. An optical phenomenon around the sun. A halo is a bright, circular ring around the sun, or moon, caused by ice crystals in the atmosphere refracting light. It often appears as a glowing white or rainbow-like ring. Crepuscular rays. Crepuscular rays are beams of sunlight that appear to radiate from the sun through breaks in clouds. They are most visible during sunrise and sunset, creating a stunning effect. Golden hour. Golden hour is the period shortly after sunrise and before sunset when the sun's light is soft and warm. It is ideal for photography because of its beautiful lighting. Blue hour. Blue hour is the time just before sunrise or after sunset when the sky appears deep blue. The sun is below the horizon, and the remaining light creates a peaceful, cool-toned atmosphere. Wind and air. Wind is the movement of air caused by differences in temperature and pressure in the atmosphere. It can be gentle or strong, influencing weather patterns and natural events like storms and hurricanes. Windy. Windy weather means strong air movement across an area. It can range from a light breeze to powerful gusts that affect trees, buildings, and even travel. Breeze. A breeze is a gentle, light wind that feels refreshing. It is often associated with pleasant weather and can be categorized as light, gentle, or moderate. Gust. A gust is a sudden, brief increase in wind speed. It can occur during storms or in otherwise calm weather and may cause leaves, dust, or objects to be blown around. Gale. A gale is a strong wind with speeds between 34 to 40 knots, 39 to 46 miles per hour. It is stronger than a breeze, but weaker than a storm and can cause rough seas and tree damage. Hurricane. A hurricane is a powerful tropical storm with strong winds, 74 miles per hour or more, and heavy rain. It forms over warm ocean waters and can cause severe flooding and destruction. Tornado. A tornado is a violent, spinning column of air that touches both the ground and a storm cloud. It can cause massive destruction with wind speeds over 200 miles per hour. Cyclone. A cyclone is a large storm system with strong winds that rotate around a low-pressure center. In the Indian Ocean and South Pacific, hurricanes are called cyclones. Typhoon. A typhoon is the same as a hurricane but occurs in the Northwest Pacific Ocean. It brings intense winds, heavy rain, and large waves. Typhoon eye. The eye of a typhoon is the calm, clear center of the storm, surrounded by the most intense winds and rain. The weather inside the eye is peaceful compared to the violent eye wall. Whirlwind. A whirlwind is a small, spinning column of air that lifts dust, debris, or leaves. It is weaker than a tornado and can be seen as dust devils in dry areas. Storm. A storm is a weather event with strong winds, rain, thunder, lightning, or snow. Storms can range from mild rainstorms to severe hurricanes or blizzards. Squall. A squall is a sudden, sharp increase in wind speed, usually accompanied by rain, snow, or thunderstorms. It can make travel and outdoor activities dangerous. Wind chill. Wind chill is the cooling effect of the wind on the human body. It makes the air feel colder than the actual temperature by increasing heat loss from the skin. Trade winds. Trade winds are steady winds that blow from east to west near the equator. They were historically used by sailors for navigation and play a role in tropical weather. Westerlies. Westerlies are winds that blow from west to east in the mid-latitudes. They influence weather patterns in places like the United States and Europe. Easterlies. Easterlies are cold winds that blow from east to west near the poles. They help drive ocean currents and influence Arctic and Antarctic weather. Wind shear. Wind shear is a sudden change in wind speed or direction over a short distance. It can be dangerous for airplanes during takeoff and landing. Microburst. A microburst is a sudden, powerful downward burst of wind from a storm. It can cause strong winds near the ground and is often mistaken for a tornado. Dust storm. A dust storm is a strong windstorm that lifts large amounts of dust into the air, reducing visibility and air quality. It is common in dry, desert regions. Sandstorm. A sandstorm is similar to a dust storm but carries fine sand particles instead of dust. It can cover entire areas in thick, blowing sand, making travel difficult. Temperature. Temperature measures how hot or cold something is, usually in degrees Fahrenheit, degree F, or Celsius, degree C. It influences weather, climate, and daily activities. Hot. Hot weather means high temperatures, making the air feel warm or even uncomfortable. It is common in summer or tropical regions. Cold. Cold weather has low temperatures, often requiring warm clothing. It can range from mildly chilly to extreme freezing conditions. Warm. Warm temperatures are between cool and hot, feeling pleasant and comfortable. Spring and early summer often have warm weather. Cool. Cool weather is slightly cold but not freezing. It is refreshing and often occurs in autumn or early winter. Freezing. Freezing temperatures are at or below 0 degrees Celsius 32 degrees Fahrenheit, causing water to turn into ice. It can lead to frost, snow, and icy roads. Chilly. Chilly weather is colder than cool but not freezing. It often requires a light jacket or sweater for comfort. Mild. Mild weather has moderate temperatures, neither too hot nor too cold. It is comfortable and often seen in spring and autumn. Boiling. Boiling weather is extremely hot, making it feel like water is close to its boiling point. It is common in heat waves. Sweltering. Sweltering means intensely hot and humid, making people feel sweaty and uncomfortable. It often happens in tropical climates. Oppressive heat. Oppressive heat refers to extremely high temperatures combined with humidity, making it difficult to breathe or stay outdoors for long. Sub-zero. Sub-zero temperatures are below 0 degrees Celsius 32 degrees Fahrenheit and are extremely cold. They occur in polar regions or during harsh winters. Arctic. Arctic temperatures are extremely cold, often below freezing, similar to the conditions found near the North Pole. Tropical. Tropical temperatures are consistently warm or hot, typical of regions near the equator, where it rarely gets cold. Crisp. Crisp weather is cool and fresh, often in autumn, with dry air that feels pleasant and refreshing. Lukewarm. Lukewarm means slightly warm, often referring to water or air that is not too hot or too cold. Icy. Icy temperatures are extremely cold, leading to frost, ice, or slippery surfaces. It is common in deep winter. Sizzling. Sizzling describes scorching hot weather, similar to food cooking on a grill. It is often used to describe extreme summer heat. Lightning. Lightning is a sudden flash of electricity in the sky, caused by the buildup of electrical charges in storm clouds. It can strike the ground and cause fires or damage. Thunder. Thunder is the loud sound produced when lightning rapidly heats the air, causing it to expand and create a shockwave. It follows lightning flashes. Flood. A flood happens when water overflows onto normally dry land due to heavy rain, river overflow, or melting snow. It can damage homes, roads, and crops. Drought. A drought is a long period of little or no rainfall, leading to water shortages, dry soil, and poor crop growth. It can last for months or even years. Heat wave. A heat wave is an extended period of extremely high temperatures, often with high humidity. It can cause dehydration, heatstroke, and wildfires. Cold wave. A cold wave is a sudden drop in temperature over a large area, bringing freezing conditions, ice, and snow. It can be dangerous for people and animals. Landslide. A landslide occurs when rocks, soil, and debris slide down a slope due to heavy rain, earthquakes, or erosion. It can destroy homes and block roads. Avalanche. An avalanche is a rapid flow of snow down a mountain, triggered by disturbances like earthquakes, loud sounds, or skiers. It can bury everything in its path. Tsunami. A tsunami is a massive ocean wave caused by an underwater earthquake, volcanic eruption, or landslide. It can flood coastal areas and cause great destruction. Wildfire. A wildfire is an uncontrolled fire that spreads quickly through forests, grasslands, or dry areas. It can be started by lightning, human activity, or extreme heat. Hailstorm. A hailstorm is a storm that produces balls of ice, hailstones, that fall from clouds. Hail can damage crops, cars, and buildings. Supercell storm. A supercell is a powerful, rotating thunderstorm that can produce tornadoes, large hail, and strong winds. It is one of the most severe types of storms. Derecho, long-lived windstorm. A derecho is a widespread, long-lasting windstorm with hurricane-force winds. It moves in a straight line and can cause major destruction over large areas. Firestorm. A firestorm is an intense fire that creates its own wind system, making it spread rapidly. It is often seen in extreme wildfires or after explosions. Ice tsunami. An ice tsunami, or ice shove, occurs when strong winds or currents push thick ice from a lake or ocean onto land, piling up like a frozen wave. Bomb cyclone. A bomb cyclone is a rapidly intensifying storm caused by a sharp drop in atmospheric pressure. It can bring heavy snow, strong winds, and coastal flooding. Flash flood. A flash flood happens suddenly due to heavy rain, melting snow, or dam breaks. It can occur within minutes and is very dangerous because of its speed and force. Lake effect snow. Lake effect snow occurs when cold air moves over a warm lake, picking up moisture and dumping heavy snowfall on nearby land. It is common near large lakes in winter. Tornadic waterspout. A tornadic waterspout is a tornado that forms over water, creating a spinning column of air and mist. If it moves onto land, it can become a damaging tornado. Thunderclap. A thunderclap is a loud, explosive sound of thunder that occurs when lightning rapidly heats the air, causing a sudden and intense shockwave. Weather forecast. A weather forecast predicts future weather conditions, including temperature, precipitation, and wind, using data from satellites, radars, and weather stations. Climate. Climate refers to the long-term average weather patterns in a specific region over decades, including temperature, rainfall, and seasonal changes. Atmosphere. The atmosphere is the layer of gases surrounding Earth that protects us from the sun's harmful rays and helps regulate weather and climate. Humidity. Humidity measures the amount of moisture, water vapor, in the air. High humidity makes the air feel warmer, while low humidity makes it feel cooler and drier. Air pressure. Air pressure is the force exerted by the weight of air in the atmosphere. Changes in air pressure influence weather patterns, such as storms and clear skies. Barometric pressure. Barometric pressure is another term for air pressure, measured with a barometer. Rising pressure signals good weather, while falling pressure suggests storms. Dew. Dew is moisture that forms on cool surfaces when warm, humid air condenses, often seen on grass and leaves in the early morning. Fog. Fog is a thick cloud of tiny water droplets that forms near the ground, reducing visibility and making driving and outdoor activities difficult. Mist. Mist is similar to fog but thinner, allowing better visibility. It forms when warm air cools quickly, often near lakes, rivers, or after rain. Haze. Haze is a layer of fine dust, smoke, or pollution in the air that makes the sky look dull and reduces visibility. It often occurs in cities or during wildfires. Frost. Frost forms when water vapor in the air freezes into ice crystals on cold surfaces, covering grass, cars, and windows on chilly mornings. Barometric trough. A barometric trough is an elongated area of low air pressure that can lead to storms, rain, and unsettled weather. Atmospheric river. An atmospheric river is a narrow band of concentrated moisture in the sky that moves large amounts of water, causing heavy rain and flooding. Wind advisory. A wind advisory is a weather alert issued when strong winds are expected, making outdoor activities and driving hazardous. Weather watch. A weather watch is issued when severe weather, such as storms or tornadoes, might occur. It warns people to stay alert and prepared. Weather warning. A weather warning is issued when severe weather is happening or certain to happen. It advises people to take immediate action for safety. Cloud cover. Cloud cover refers to the amount of sky covered by clouds, affecting sunlight, temperature, and weather conditions. Windward side. The windward side of a mountain faces the wind and usually gets more rain and moisture as the air rises and cools. Leeward side. The leeward side of a mountain is sheltered from the wind and receives less rain, often leading to drier conditions in deserts. Moisture level. Moisture level refers to the amount of water present in the air or soil, affecting humidity, rainfall, and plant growth. UV radiation. UV, ultraviolet, radiation comes from the sun and can cause sunburns, skin damage, and other health effects if not protected against. Heat index. The heat index measures how hot it feels by combining temperature and humidity. High humidity makes it feel much hotter than the actual temperature. Wind index. The wind index measures the effect of wind on how the temperature feels, also known as the feels-like temperature. Wind power. Wind power is energy generated from the movement of air using wind turbines. It is a renewable source of electricity. Thermometer. A thermometer measures temperature in degrees Fahrenheit, degree F, or Celsius, degree C, helping to track heat and cold levels in the atmosphere. Barometer. A barometer measures air pressure, helping predict weather changes. Rising pressure signals fair weather, while falling pressure indicates storms. Rain gauge. A rain gauge collects and measures the amount of rainfall over a specific period, helping meteorologists track precipitation levels. Anemometer. An anemometer measures wind speed and direction, helping scientists understand wind patterns and storm intensity. Wind vane. A wind vane, or weather vane, shows the direction of the wind, often mounted on rooftops or weather stations. Hygrometer. A hygrometer measures humidity, the amount of moisture in the air, which affects weather conditions like fog, rain, and heat index. Weather balloon. A weather balloon carries instruments into the atmosphere to collect data on temperature, air pressure, humidity, and wind patterns. Radar. Weather radar detects precipitation, such as rain and snow, by sending out radio waves that bounce off clouds and returning signals to measure their movement. Satellite. Weather satellites orbit the Earth and capture images of clouds, storms, and climate patterns, helping in long-term forecasting. Stevenson screen. A Stevenson screen is a white, ventilated box that houses weather instruments like thermometers and hygrometers to protect them from direct sunlight and rain. Pyranometer. A pyranometer measures solar radiation, helping scientists study sunlight levels and their effects on climate and energy. Ceilometer. A ceilometer measures cloud height by sending a laser or light beam upward, helping pilots and meteorologists understand cloud coverage. Snow gauge. A snow gauge measures snowfall depth, helping meteorologists track winter storms and snow accumulation. Radiosonde. A radiosonde is a small instrument attached to a weather balloon that measures atmospheric conditions like temperature, humidity, and pressure at different altitudes. Lightning detector. A lightning detector identifies and tracks lightning strikes, helping meteorologists warn people about thunderstorms and reduce risks. Wind tunnel. A wind tunnel is a controlled space used to test how wind affects objects like airplanes, cars, and buildings. Scientists and engineers use it to study aerodynamics. Greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases, like carbon dioxide and methane, trap heat in the Earth's atmosphere, keeping the planet warm but also contributing to global warming. Ozone layer. The ozone layer is a protective layer in the atmosphere that absorbs harmful ultraviolet (UV) rays from the sun, preventing damage to living things. Global warming. Global warming is the long-term rise in Earth's average temperature due to human activities, such as burning fossil fuels and deforestation. Carbon footprint. A carbon footprint measures the total amount of greenhouse gases a person, business, or activity produces, affecting climate change. Weather patterns. Weather patterns refer to recurring changes in temperature, precipitation, and wind over time in a specific region. Ocean currents. Ocean currents are continuous movements of seawater driven by wind, temperature, and salinity differences, affecting global climate and weather. Temperature gradient. A temperature gradient is the rate of temperature change over a certain distance, influencing weather systems and wind patterns. Ice cap. An ice cap is a large area of permanent ice covering land or water, such as those found in Antarctica and the Arctic. Thermal expansion. Thermal expansion is the increase in volume of water as it warms, contributing to rising sea levels as the climate heats up. Meteorologist. A meteorologist is a scientist who studies and predicts weather conditions using data from satellites, radars, and weather instruments. Forecasting. Forecasting is the process of predicting future weather conditions based on scientific observations, models, and historical data. Weather map. A weather map displays information about temperature, air pressure, wind, and precipitation to help visualize and predict weather conditions. Jet stream. A jet stream is a fast-moving, high-altitude wind that influences weather patterns, often guiding storms and temperature changes. Cold front. A cold front occurs when a mass of cold air moves in and replaces warmer air, often bringing rain, thunderstorms, and cooler temperatures. Warm front. A warm front forms when warm air moves over cold air, usually bringing steady rain or snow followed by warmer temperatures. Air mass. An air mass is a large body of air with similar temperature and humidity levels, affecting regional weather conditions. UV index. The UV index measures the strength of ultraviolet radiation from the sun, indicating the risk of sunburn and skin damage. Greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect occurs when greenhouse gases trap heat in the atmosphere, keeping the Earth warm but also contributing to climate change. Climate change. Climate change refers to long-term shifts in global temperatures and weather patterns, often caused by human activities. El Niño/La Niña. El Niño and La Niña are climate patterns that affect ocean temperatures and weather worldwide. El Niño brings warmer waters and heavier rains, while La Niña leads to cooler waters and drier conditions. Wow! We learned so many cool weather words today. From sunny skies to snowy days and even powerful storms. Don't forget to look outside and see what the weather is like where you live. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, share it with your family and friends, and subscribe for more fun learning videos. See you next time.